Keeping up with our motto, let learning be joy and teaching a pleasure. Here we are with remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students. Here Mrs. Sonal Shah Doshi from Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College teaching you all geography today for grade 6, chapter 5, temperature. Today representing part 3. So by now we have studied that sun rays coming towards the earth travel in straight lines. However, as earth is spherical in the shape, these rays are not perpendicular to all the parts on the earth's surface. Towards the equator they fall straight, while towards the poles they are falling extremely slant. We have done one experiment and learned via that experiment that where the sun rays are falling extremely slant, there they occupies more space as compared to the place where they are falling straight. So due to this uneven distribution of temperature, we have divided the earth's surface into three parts, that is according to the climatic zones. Those three zones are torrid zones, means warm zone, temperate zone, that is moderate zone, and polar zone, that is cold zone. We have seen in part 2 of this chapter that which factors are influencing the distribution of temperature other than latitude. Those are altitude, distance from the sea, and continentality. Altitude means height. As we go towards the higher altitude, the temperature decreases and vice versa. Distance from the sea. Near the sea, due to the water feature of becoming colder and warmer slowly as compared to the land. Due to that feature, the coastal area get colder and warmer very slowly. So the temperature over in the coastal areas are moderate rather than the temperature in continental areas. Other factors which are influencing the distribution of temperature are winds, cloud cover, vegetation cover, urbanization, and industrialization. So, as the wind blows faster, the temperature becomes cooler. The same with cloud cover. As more clouds are there in the sky, the temperature becomes cooler. Um, uh, Urbanization and industrialization. In both these features, if more urbanization is there and more industrialization is there, the air gets polluted and the temperature is becoming warmer. We have learned what is range of temperature. So the difference in the maximum and minimum temperature of a day is called range of temperature. It is the difference in the day and night temperature, and it is less in the coastal areas and more in the continental areas. Today we are going to do what are ocean currents and how temperature and ocean currents are related. For that, I have told you in last session that you have to do this experiment. For the experiment, you require a large metal tray, water, plastic sequence, and spirit lamp. But the experiment should be under the strict observation and supervision of your parent. What you have to do is put the tray full of water on the table as shown in the picture. Let the water become still, and after it becomes still, put some sequence in them. Sequence start floating, and after some time they become still too. What you have to do after the sequence becomes still, place the spirit lamp below the corner of the tree as shown in the picture. Observe what happens. What do you understand initially by observing the sequence? When the temperature of the water started increasing, what changes did you see? Observe the movement of the sequence and write down your conclusions. Can you relate the same with any changes takes place on the earth's surface? Note that down too. So what we have observed is it will occur to you that as the temperature of water increases, the plastic sequence again start moving from one place to another, because as the temperature increases, the lighter water replaces the heavier water. Why? Because as the temperature increases, there is change in the density of water. The water becomes less dense, and therefore lighter water replaces the heavier water, and that's why with this flow of water the sequence also flow. The same thing occur on the earth's surface is called ocean currents. What do you mean by ocean current? So the term current describes the motion of the ocean, and ocean current is continuous directed movement of sea water generated by number of forces acting upon water. As we have seen in the experiment, which are those forces? Those forces are temperature. Due to temperature, the density of water gets affected. So second factor is density. So when density gets affected, the lighter water replaces the heavier water, and that's why the water flow happens. So the factors including affecting water flow are temperature, density, and planetary winds. So water expands on heating, and due to temperature differences, both upward and horizontal currents develop in the ocean. Beside temperature differences, factors like winds and differences in the density of water also give rise to horizontal currents. These ocean currents flow from the warm place to the cold place, right? So they flow from equator to polar region and vice versa. When the ocean currents flow from the frigid zone to the torrid zone, means from polar region to temperate region, it reduces the temperature of the coast. Why? They are cold ocean currents, that's why. So they reduces the temperature of coast in temperate zone and torrid zone. So when a current flows from torrid zone to frigid zone, the same way temperature gets affected of the coastal area. So when the current is from torrid zone, it is warm current. So that increases the temperature of coastal areas in the frigid zone. So as I told you, temperature, density, and planetary winds are the factors which affect the water flow, ocean water flow on the earth. Here is a map called isobar. So considering the temperature of various places on the earth, maps of global distribution are prepared. In this map, with the help of isotherms, map is prepared. Isotherms are the lines, those lines connect the temperatures of the places which have same degree temperature, means the places with same temperature. Isotherms are the lines that connect the places with the same temperature after avoiding the effect of height. These lines generally appear parallel to the latitudes on a world map. So the isotherms in the southern hemisphere are fairly parallel to the latitudinal lines. From South Pole to the Tropic of Capricorn, the distance between this line is almost equal. Like I told you, the latitude lines of latitudes are horizontal and parallel. Same way lines of isotherm appears to be parallel. As the proportion of land in southern hemisphere is limited, Temperature in these parts are largely influenced by latitude. Latitude means effect of sun rays on the surface of earth. In the northern hemisphere, the distance between these lines varies. They are not parallel to each other. Why? Because in this hemisphere, the proportion of land is comparatively greater. So this affects the distribution of temperature, and these effects are seen in various form of variations in distances between the isotherms and curved lines. So today we have learned what is the relationship between ocean currents and temperature, and that is the end of the chapter over here. Thanking you all.